Hello everyone, I'm Wolfire Sissing, you call me Wolfie, and welcome back to Reading Genesis Work Edition. I usually work every Sunday, and I decided that it is time for me to make it about the Lord as well, so let's get right into it. I do want to disregard what I said in the last video of verses 2 and 3 of chapter 6, because I completely misunderstood these verses wrong. So when I was rereading, because I'm rereading all this with my mom, we're already way ahead, she was telling me how what I said was not correct. This was about the angels who lust over human women and made the giants. So disregard that note. This was actually talking about how the angels would lust women on the earth and hence created the giants. I did read chapter 6 and a little bit of chapter 7. We still have another portion of chapter 7. I'm going to read that. And then we'll get to 8 and let's see what we could do in 10 minutes. Genesis chapter 7, verses 17 through 24 is titled The Flood. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased gently upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping thing, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. We are now in Genesis chapter 8, verses 1 through 3, is how the water subsides. And God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days the waters were abated. And verses 4 through 14 is titled The Ark Rests on Ararat. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the grounds was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. Verses 15 to 19 is how Noah leaves the ark. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds went forth out of the ark. I highlight verse 17 because it talks about being fruitful and multiply again, like it mentions in the previous verses and chapters of Genesis. And I wrote that, talking about how the animals will now go and multiply to have children, pretty much, in the earth. Verses 20 through 22 is titled, Noah builds an altar and offers sacrifices. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. We're in Genesis chapter 9, with verses 1 through the end of chapter 29. It's titled, God Blesses Noah. Verse 1, And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Yeah. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh, with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require at the hand of every beast, will I require it, and at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. And you be fruitful, and you be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth upon the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is a token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, and that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature, all flesh, that is upon the earth. I stopped in the middle because I highlighted chapter 9, verse 1, which I said, this is now telling Noah and the sons to make children. And I also wrote a note about verse 16, and I highlighted because it's right here. And this is about the rainbow. It's a sign of God's promise / covenant that he won't flood the earth. It's not to be used with any other thing. That is what the rainbow, is supposed to mean. Alright, now we're in verse 17, aren't they? There we go. Verse 17. And God said unto Noah, This is a token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. I wrote a note for verses 21 for 23 that says, Even after being blessed by God, Noah got drunk after he grew a vineyard. Because of this, he was naked, and his sons saw him naked. This also shows that even after, you gotta remember, Noah was drunk. If you're dealing with something, just remember, God is with you, and we have Jesus. We'll be reading that more. I will come back reading this starting at verse 24 because I am running time. But until then, have you all a blessed day, even night, depending on you see this. Until then,